Okay, Max Anstie, Detroit. A fantastic night in one way, but also maybe the most dramatic night of your career. I don't really know where we start, but let's start with where the main event started, with the start. Obviously, Levi beat you in the heat race. It seemed like you responded well, learnt from some stuff, and honestly, for the first 98% of the main event, it was maybe one of the best rides of your life. Very picture perfect.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the heat race in a way, because I got to learn from Levi. See, I've never raced him before, so and I felt like in the heat I was getting a very good version of Levi. Track was pretty flat. He's fast at that from the videos that I've watched, and I was very happy and pleased with myself that I actually felt like the pace was okay. The pace was high, but I was like, oh, okay, I can. If I'm out in front, I think I could sprint a little more, and also I knew when the track got rougher, I was going to get better because that's what I train on. I don't really train on flat tracks. So overall, there was a lot of positives with that. The main event, execute the start, did what I needed to do, got the gap, so they couldn't attack me. Got 7-8 seconds, whatever it was at one point, hit a lot of lappers. And I was just riding it in. And then we had a red flag. So I thought the rule was, 90% done, but obviously not. And in that situation, it was very tough because I'm sitting there thinking, well, I've got two really good sprinters and strong guys behind me, as in RJ and Levi. The track's very open. I've been safe in the sand the whole main and taking the outside, but I thought the outside was actually going away. But I hadn't taken the inside. Like, by going away, I thought the outside was actually blowing out.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't go as quick through the outside, but I was just comfy there, so I was just sticking to it. I had, I had more to lose it in a way, as in, like, I had the red plate, I had a great week last week, I had the race on lock, but I could throw it all away by getting cleaned out or getting into it with someone and ripping spokes out with a foot peg, or even just crashing, because I had in the main backed it off enough to mentally do the easy lines. Like, I didn't do any of the threes, or like for the last couple of laps, like just doing double. I was hitting all the safe lines, and then I had to refocus to go, shit, I'm going to have to actually go back to sending it and going fast now. I'm going to have to put some heaters down. But yet I'd already gone away from those lines, if you know what I mean. It was tricky, but honestly, I know this championship's not won, by doing crazy things. It's consistency, and I'm still pleased with a second. And I felt like I got good versions of the guy of Levi and RJ. It was a good race. A lot of positives for me. And I know what's taken will be given at some point. I know in this game you can be lucky and unlucky, and it is what it is.
Do you regret, or if you could do the situation again, would you maybe take more risks? Take the inside in the sand?
Inside in the sand maybe, but I didn't. I called the radio to the guys and I said, where shall I go in the sand? They said, your line looked good, stick with it.
I guess that's hard as well, though, because the whole main event you were by yourself.
I didn't want to go inside and then crash.
But although your lines looked good, we didn't see what your lines were like in a racy situation, because you were just essentially doing practice laps.
Yeah, so the inside in the sand, I could have gone in there and thrown it away. Because Levi literally said to me, he said he doubled in, and he said literally I was going to either crash or pass, or crash or get right next to you, and he did. But it isn't like I had more to lose than that. It was like I didn't want to go from first to last. So I don't think I'd have done anything different. It's hard to train for blocking and defensive riding like that. But I also don't think this is what the championship's about. The race was done. I don't think us playing little cat and mouse games like that is actually like, yeah, okay, you've got to be aggressive and make the passes. But I also don't think that situation, I'm hoping, won't come up again for a while. And it's like, that isn't a real race. That was 3 laps of pit bike, T-boning each other, like, for fun. Like, it was, but it wasn't, because there was a lot of fucking money on the line, and a red plate, and championship, and everything. But if it was for if that was like last race for a championship, oh my god, that would have been insane. We'd have been like fucking teeing each other up big time. But for me, in that situation, I still was trying to be 2% reserved. I didn't want to step over the line of going down and doing something silly and losing all the points that I just gained.
Speaking of doing something silly, the podium interview was impressive to begin with, because I know you well enough. I could see that you were masking a little bit, internally you were processing, but you still did your whole little speech, and then you went off course a little bit, I guess.
No, Bobby's fine. Literally, Bobby is fine. I called Bobby straight after. So Bobby called me earlier in the day. This is what you're going on about, right? So
yeah, obviously.
Bobby's fine. He loves it. This is part of. So it's a new team. New team dynamic, learning personalities, right? So Bobby likes to get you fired up, and he called me earlier in the day and was giving me some crap about expectations and this and that and the other. And I mean, I'm giving him credit. Maybe it worked. He got me fired up. So then I called him after the main, because I was like, after that, because I was like, oh, maybe I was a little wrong for saying,
Well, so you got off the podium. Did the team say to you, like,
no, the team
what did you just do?
Team didn't say anything. The team didn't say anything. I don't think they did. But
to be honest, your
no.
memory of the whole situation seems very spotty.
Yeah, I haven't even watched it back yet, so I don't know. But I called Bobby, and Bobby's like, "Boy, you were robbed. That was your race. I got you fired up. That was what I wanted. And say what you want, because I sure as hell will." Like, that's the way he works, and that's. I want to be open. I don't want to be, I want to be open like that with the people that I work with, and just figuring out what personalities make each other work. And we're all passionate, okay, Bobby, everyone on this Yamaha team, they want to win, and so do I. So yeah, I was a little pissed about that on the podium, but at the end of the day, that's how I'm learning, that's how we communicate, and it was ended up to be a positive.
I guess something was going to come out on the podium, because you were just pissed at life.
Yeah.
So whether it was a Bobby thing, whether it was something about the AMA rules, something was just going to come out, because you needed to. Yeah. You needed to release something.
I mean, I've been around a long time, and I feel like I do handle myself normally very well on the podium and in that situation. But that situation was like, I literally felt like I've been robbed for that moment. And then when I thought about it, I was like, look, could have been a lot worse. But in that moment, yeah, I had it. Like, I literally had it, and then I didn't. So it was a tricky one. But I also don't want to be fake, and like I want to. Yeah, everyone always says, "Oh, your interviews, you're so funny," and this is me normally. But like, not funny. Then.
I'm sorry, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, "Oh, you're so funny."
Not funny, okay? Then like, "Oh, your interviews, in character, whatever," which is just normal, me. But that was also me. Like, I fucking want to win. Like,
and also this is a journey for you to be back in the position where, like, second place you're pissed at, which you've not been in that role in this movie for 10 years.
Yeah, and it's like I really fucking want to win. I can be as happy as Larry, but I still really want to fucking win in that situation. I fucking felt like I had it, and now I don't have it.
But just to be clear, because I'm getting a lot of messages, and this is a dumb question, but we need to be clear. You're not fired.
Why would I be fired? No, me and Bobby are fine. We're literally...
It's brought you closer.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's been a really good thing, because a lot of the guys have said that's how you like, Bobby wants to fight. That's how he wants to get the best out of you, by like geeing you up and telling you, and that's how yeah, we both work. So I mean, that's how he works, and that's how I've learnt to work with him. So yeah, no, it's fine, literally fine. I'll have to go and rewatch it because I didn't even think it was that bad. But he was fine when I called him. I was literally we've had a good time. We're good.
That's great. Positive versus negative mindset. I feel like you should leave here and go, I won. No, like, screw the results. I know in myself that I won. Alternatively, you could leave here and dwell on what happened and the fact that you were robbed. So how do you manage that situation of toing and throwing almost?
I don't know. It's like I want to go and work on some passing situations, but it's like hard to do that because you can't do that really in the week. But also then I also don't feel like that situation is ever going to be a situation that is...
Also wasn't the question though, was it?
What? No, you said, what do you want to go and work on this week?
No, that's not what I said at all.
Oh, that's what I heard.
I said, how do you leave here and take the positives away from this and not dwell on the negatives? Because ultimately the positives are, you won. The results don't show it, but you can say to yourself, I won this.
I just listen to you, don't I? I just listen to what you say.
Okay, but the negative...
I don't listen to the negatives.
You could dwell on it. So how do you stay on the good side of that?
I don't know. If you fly, you might just touch the sky.
Well, we have a different quote this week.
Oh, what's the different quote?
It's safe where you are, but safe only gets you so far. Which, to be honest, is very relevant to the red flag.
Safe where you are, but safe only gets you so far. Safe gets you second. But at the end of the day, I'm in this for the long game. I just keep doing my work, doing my thing. I felt like I executed well. So yeah, it's just positives, isn't it? There's no real negatives to it. Just it is what it is. Can't control what happened. Can't control that situation. So yeah.
Last thing, I'm guessing in your situation you really wish there was a race next weekend, because I'm guessing your mindset is very quickly going to go to redemption.
Yeah, I mean, Daytona will be fun. I'd race next week. I'd race the week after. Doesn't matter to me. That honestly doesn't matter to me whether I got a weekend off or not. I'm still going to. Daytona's a completely different race anyway. I was really pleased though this weekend that the track was proper supercrossy on it, kind of easier, intense style, and I felt pretty good. So I reckon I'm spicy. I reckon I can wick it up a bit if I need to. So we'll be good. We'll be fine. Daytona will be fine. Be a different thing, and then after that we've got an East-West round, which will be fun. Completely sort of a whole different thing there. So yeah, is what it is. Doesn't matter to me whether we race this week, next week, tomorrow. I'm ready whenever.